representative of the Tea Party movement, and I believe in Seth Morgan so much I have joined his campaign as communications director. Just to tell you a little bit about Seth and why he fits in the mold to be our next Ohio State Auditor. The Tea Party movement's behind him. The Tea Party movement is behind Seth Morgan for State Auditor. The Tea Party movement is behind Dave Yost as Attorney General. Seth Morgan espouses the principles in what we believe in. He represents fiscal responsibility. He represents smaller government. He represents support for the free market and small business. And he respects everyone's liberty. That's something that the Tea Party movement is in support of, and that is why we support Seth Morgan. Additionally, Seth Morgan is a man of principle. That is something very important in the Tea Party movement because we want our leaders to be principled leaders, just not for political gain or for their own gain. Seth Morgan is working for Ohio citizens. He has had experience in that. He's demonstrated that in his first term as a state representative. He demonstrated that as a city councilman, and he's also demonstrated that as a small business owner. So without further ado, you guys can hear me come to talk. Our next state auditor, Seth Morgan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming here this morning. I am here to announce my candidacy for Auditor of State in the state of Ohio for the Republican nomination. Since last week, when we learned of the need that Ohio had for a new state auditor, we were intrigued with the possibility. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I know local government, I know state government, and as a CPA, I know what it means to be an auditor. Ohio is in difficult times. Under the current administration, our economy has been poorly managed, and hurting families all over the state are stepping back, they're taking stock, they're cutting expenses, and they're examining every aspect of their spending habits. These hard-working people deserve the confidence and surety that a well-trained, credentialed, qualified professional is watching over their tax dollars. That is the function of the state auditor. It is not to sign checks or to appraise real estate. It is to be the ultimate financial watchdog for the people of Ohio. My years of professional and public service have led me to this day and to this announcement. My service has uniquely qualified me for this job. As a certified public accountant, I will be diligent in ferreting out waste, fraud, and abuse. CPAs are trained for just this work. We understand why the zeros are important, and the need for internal controls and processes are important. The people of Ohio need a CPA as their state auditor. I believe I am that CPA. Given the difficult times that we all face in Ohio protecting the taxpayers' trust and money, it is vital to good government and our ability to restore hope for Ohio. The auditor's position is not a place for on-the-job training, a place for deal-making politicians, or a place for someone who is just looking to garner statewide name recognition. This is a serious job with a very serious purpose, and the job needs a seriously credentialed person to carry on its important task. As I have watched or worked in government for these years, I have observed how that often the smallest details are trifled over, while the largest dollar figures are summarily dismissed. I've witnessed politicians fret at the color of a bridge while their balance sheets decay, or the taxpayer dollars slip inefficiently through a net of bad policies, procedures, and governance. As your state auditor, with the ability as a CPA to hit the ground running, carrying on the professionalism that our current state auditor has placed him in office, you will have a bold, independent, objective, honest, and yes, sometimes when necessary, unbending watchdog over your money. Ohio was made great through the leadership and foresight of generations of the past, and through the work ethic of the men and women who have built this state with their minds, their capital, and their labor. Ohioans expect their public servants to reflect these characteristics. Characteristics like resolve, resourcefulness, honesty, and hard work. I identify with these traits. I had the great pleasure of being raised in a God-fearing home with an attentive mother and a hard-working father. My father did not give me life on a platter. Instead, I had to work hard for it. paying my own way through undergraduate school while working full-time, then paying my own way through graduate school while working full-time. Their love and encouragement inspired a faith in me that has instilled a desire to serve, to find productive agreement without compromising the principles that have made this state great and this nation great. These characteristics are important to Ohioans, for they predict a pattern of behavior that we expect from our public officials. The hard-working ethic of my upbringing, my track record of principled, effective leadership, the years of observing and participating in government finance, and the ability of using the skills of being a CPA to keep this government and the local governments around the state accountable to you, the people. These all have uniquely qualified me for this office. In the coming months, I believe you will see the vast difference between a hardworking son from a modest family who has a track record of aggressively fighting for the taxpayers and the skills as a CPA uniquely qualified for the job, contrasted to just another politician looking to get on a statewide ticket. We are amazed and encouraged by the early outpouring of support we have received, and we are encouraged to continue our effort to meet more of the hardworking men and women of Ohio and allow them to underline the importance they see in having a candidate for state auditor that is more than just another politician. I'm pleased with me here today. We are not in session, so many of the representatives are not here. We have Minority Whip John Adams and Representative Jared Martin. I thank you for your support. They both have been very diligent. That list is much bigger than these two, and we continue to grow in that support, earning the respect and support of individuals like Jack Boyle, formerly of Americans for Prosperity, folks like Mike Wilson and Rob Scott of the Dayton and Cincinnati respective Tea Parties, party leaders like Alex Marshnikoff, the chairman of Summit County, Greg Gant, chairman of Montgomery County GOP. We're excited about the outpouring, quick, grassroots growing support that we have. It is with a deep excitement and a profound sense of humility that I embark on this journey to serve the people of Ohio through passionately protecting their tax dollars. I want to emphasize again, it is paramount at this time, with the taxpayer dollars being abused, that this office of state auditor is filled by someone prepared to challenge, not accept, the government status quo. That's my upbringing, that's my training, that's my qualification. I will stand with the taxpayers first.